good evening, good morning, good afternoon to all the Level 4 employment students across Albany, Botany and Queen Street. Let's have a look at week 14 as we approach winter for this year. So the units we've got going on for benchmark is Unit 21, a really good unit again about customer satisfaction and loyalty, about loyalty cards and other programs that supermarkets do, so check that out. We've got an additional New Zealand reading about the flower industry and how it's trying to be a green industry and not be wasteful. So again, that's for you to read and submit your answers to the teacher. I'll come up to the LNAT again, literacy, numeracy, Aotearoa. Again, teachers will be producing codes for you to do that test. One more thing, added language logbook. We did the paper one back in the beginning of the course. We missed one in the middle, but we've got the third one loaded up to the Google Classroom. So please complete that. It's something each week we're reading, something listening, and something that you watched, whether TV show or movie or whatever. I'll come to the assessments that we've got going on this week and the next few weeks, and then we're getting towards the end of the course, so we're going to start the re-enrollment process, so some more information for you. And finally, I'll share something TVNZ on demand. So we've completed the listening in week 13, the one we did at the site. Good job. The one for week 14 will be held via Meets. So as I mentioned last video, be ready. Use your note-taking skills. So make sure you're in a good place to do it, not on your bed or something. I recommend getting some headphones so you can listen carefully. And also just everyone, I know it's confusing, we always forget, but turn off your microphones just so everyone can hear properly. That'd be great. But anyway, your teacher will be scheduling that for week 14. Okay, just leaving this here on the screen about the research essay. So information is here again. I won't go into it. Please, that's the other job. All right, talk to your teacher about that. Okay, so looking at re-enrollment, semester B will begin Monday, the 27th of July. Again, 18-week course plus a week of holiday. At this point, as we can see, we're having all these days of 0 cases of COVID-19. Things are looking pretty good for New Zealand. And the expectation is we will return to sites for the semester. If the course continues, the trajectory of the disease continues the same, we'll be back in classes. If things change, of course, we will have to adapt and change again. So, 90% certain we'll be back in classes for that semester. Okay. So level 4 employment students, your pathway is to do another level 4 course. You can't do courses you've already done before. So if you have already finished level 4 general, now you're finishing level 4 employment, level 4 academics, the pathway for you. If this is your first time studying at Dynaspeak and the first course you've chosen was 4 employment, then you can choose 4 general, 4 academic, possibly 5 academic, but we really expect all students to do level 4 academic before doing level 5 academic. So again, your teacher and the site people will have more information about that in the coming weeks for you. Okay, but again, just let your teacher know. It's always really difficult for us as an organization to plan our timetable about evening classes, daytime, whether it's the Monday to Wednesday, Wednesday to Friday, or just those issues. So if you know what you're doing, you know what you want to do, please tell your teacher, and then we can just start making a short list about what students want. Of course, you guys have already been with us through thick and thin, I must add, this semester. Of course, there'll be new students enrolling, so they're often a bit more flexible about the timetable, but maybe you guys have a preferred option. Let your teacher know. Thank you. So week 14 and carrying on to week 15, we have the literacy and numeracy, that reading progress test to do. Again, just takes about 1 hour. Most likely we'll do that in your home. We'll give you the code and you can complete that one morning or one evening as part of your scheduled classes. So I think that's the best option for that. So week 15 next week will be the reading assessment 3 on site. Again, really appreciate your help to follow the rules, come on time, all that, and we'll get that done. The following week will be the writing assessment 2, writing a report, again on site. That really leaves us with just one more assessment, which is the final listening one. My thought is we had the first listening at the site. For my class, I think it went pretty well. We had good audio. We were focused. We could talk, and we could help just those little bits to get things right. We'll see how it goes listening at home. If listening at home is working fine, then maybe we can do the final one at home. If it's not working quite well, or there's a little bit of a problem, then we've got the option to come to site on week 17 to do that listening. So we'll just keep that option open. Finally, tonight, I want to talk to you about TVNZ On Demand. A couple of great shows to help you with your logbook or just for relaxing in general. Maybe you've already got an account, but basically you need to log in, create a little username. It's free to join, and TVNZ's got a lot of great shows, really. You don't need to pay for it, so that's really good. So a couple of things I've watched recently. First of all is The Luminaries. It's a famous New Zealand novelist. In fact, she went to school. She's about the same age as me, down in Christchurch at Burnside High. In fact, not my school, but she won the Man Booker Prize, which is an English literary award, a very prestigious award, maybe 5, 6, 7 years back, for her 900-page or 700-page massive book about the love, murder, stolen identity, gold, all this plotting and stuff like this. It's a great book, but might be tough going for you to read at your level. But the TV series is well made in New Zealand on the West Coast, but with some very famous English actors to make it really high quality. You can check that out for free. It just came out. Another one that I try to watch each week, it's even great with my daughter to see all the farm animals or things like that, is Hyundai Country Calendar. It's on Sunday at 7 p.m. or something, but it's actually quite fascinating. It's not just about farming and the sheep or whatever. The last week's episode was about in Northland some banana farmers. I had no idea that people could grow bananas in New Zealand. So the way that they grow it, the time they spend on their business, how they market their products, things like that, all part of the employment and all those vocabulary and things like that. So good show to check out. Okay, well, that's all I've got for you today. I hope you're staying warm, and I hope you had a good long weekend, and take care.